Hi girlies! Today we are going to be making a delicious protein-based treat that tastes amazing because we're not eating cardboard. But if you're looking to tone up and still stick to your weight loss goals or your body maintenance goals without giving up your sugar, then definitely check out this video as I get into tips that help me maintain my shape and achieve my goals, and a recipe for you to try. Very simple, very easy. Your man or your kids will enjoy these treats. So I just really want to show you how you can implement healthier choices, healthier alternatives without giving up your sweet tooth and without gaining excess weight. This video is all about how to maintain your shape, still lose weight, still build muscle, still achieve your dream body without giving up foods that you love. And I'm a sugar fiend. I cannot give up sugar, but I'm gonna show you how to eat and still enjoy without over abusing, over consuming, and restricting yourself. Hi, beautiful. Today we are going to be talking about sugar addiction because your coach is a sugar girly. I love sweets, and I wanted to provide you with the strategies that have worked for me in order to maintain my shape when it came to losing weight, building muscle, feeling good in my body. And I want to give you all the tips that have worked for me and can actually just work for anyone who is on this journey, especially as we reinvent ourselves this year. I want to help you not only with your mindset, but with a few addictions that are very common, and sugar is one of them. I have a sweet tooth. Actually, my birthday is November 1st. I was born right after Halloween, and your girl was not. She came out the womb just a sugar fiend. I want to give you the tools for you to implement in your day-to-day routine. Today we are going to be baking some chocolate gooey chewy cookie dough bars. You do not need to turn your oven on, don't worry. I'm actually going to be using your freezer and the fridge, and it's going to be so easy, so delicious. My partner is addicted to this one recipe, and I make it maybe twice a month. They're just so good. So totally up to you if you want to hear and listen to the tips. I will be going through the recipe with you and what I've used to bake. I use a lot of gluten-free, low sugar items. I don't do sugar-free unless it's stevia for a reason. I'm not a fan of sucralose, and I do not, highly recommend too much of sucralose, but I want to show you the ingredients that I use when I'm baking and why. I also bake with gluten-free because I'm very sensitive to gluten and I don't like being bloated. Okay, your girl is on her time of the month and I still have my midsection tight. Usually if I've consumed a lot of gluten or dairy before the time of the month, game over. Game over. I think a lot of us women can agree that, the days leading up to our cycle, my goodness, not just the mood is gone, but, our body and our hormones are just so out of whack. So let's get into the tips. And then if you want, you can always speed forward to me actually showing you the products I'm using and taking you through the whole preparing phase. First things first, number one, identify your triggers. Identify and recognize what triggers your sugar cravings. It could be out of boredom. It could be stress related. It could be your emotions. You had a bad day, and it could be your coping mechanism. Now, once you identify and you become aware, that is when you're going to put in practice shifting your mindset and also preparing ahead of time. I like to prepare healthier treats ahead of time and have them in my house just in case I have one of those days where it's the middle of the day and I'm craving sugar. I crave sugar every single day. And I don't always want fruits. I don't always want a granola parfait with a little bit of sweetener in it. I don't always want that. Sometimes I do want a brownie. I want something to indulge in, or you're having a tea late at night and you want something sweet. It's really good to identify your cravings and also know what kinds of indulges you like to enjoy. Some people have a sweet tooth, savory, and some people are more salty. So making sure that you have healthier alternatives in your home and reduce all of the junk food that is the unhealthy junk food that is in your house is going to be so important during this time, to know what works for you and what hasn't been working for you, which is the junk food and the way that we cope and give into our triggers. Number 2 is going to be eating regular meals. Now listen, if you have not eaten your breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an appropriate healthy snack, then I'm not sure why majority of the day you're consuming foods that are not nutritious and have no nutrients for your body. You know, it's really easy to grab a snack, especially if you don't have an abundance of food prepared ahead of time. Imagine you're coming home from work, and this happens to a lot of us. We're coming home from work very exhausted, mentally fatigued, and the last thing you want to do is be cooking up a bunch of food for you or a family. If you have not set yourself up to prepare or pre-make meals, then it's going to go, your goals are going to go out the window and it's going to feel impossible. It's really important for you to understand that you need to meal prep and make sure at least your protein is cooked or seasoned or just ready to throw in an air fryer for 20 minutes so that you don't have to worry about cutting it up and seasoning it and then cooking it. Because if you make this process a lot longer, it's going to feel overwhelming and you're not going to feel motivated to do it. I put my rice in a rice cooker. I make sure that I have everything just lined up, pre-cut veggies, or I just have a lot of things in the freezer so I can just grab and just take it out. When it comes to indulging, I will indulge, you know, at the end of the week when I've planned a date night or a coffee day, or I just take myself out and I have no limits. But it's different if I haven't set myself up for the consistency that I need within the week, or at least 4 days consistently eating nutrient dense meals. Completely different if you're just eating garbage here and there. A lot of people are winging it through life with just waking up and just going and letting life take you through the day. You need to win your life back and take control of your habits, your actions, and how you fuel your body, what you put into your mouth, and how you prepare to fuel your body, right? A lot of people are rushing to work and just on their lunch break, grabbing salads, grabbing all of these things outside from, what you think may be healthy. But actually, there's a lot more sodium and calories in these creams, in these salad dressings, in a lot of the food that you're not cooking and somebody else is cooking for you, unless it's an actual healthy meal plan service. By eating regular meals, you will have less cravings because you'll be now eating dense food. When your body is starving, especially if it's starving and tired, the first thing your body is going to be looking for is anything that is going to be a craving. And I like to I can eat down the whole house when I'm looking for sugar. When I'm starving or if I'm really tired, my goodness, my cravings are through the roof. And I will just want to binge absolutely everything in the house. So that's why I say don't have it in the house, but also make sure you have whole foods prepared. Like just eat your dinner first, and then maybe you'll be too full to even consume your treats. Number 3 is going to be choose healthy alternatives. And that is what we're going to be talking about a lot while we're baking, is the alternatives to a lot of the products that I'm using. I use a lot of gluten-free, dairy-free. I use vegan butter instead of regular butter, just based on how it's made, how it's prepared, what the quality of ingredients are. And it just is a quality of how I'm going to feel after. So knowing that I'm not going to be bloated, I'm going to eat these cookies. It honestly comes down to the ingredients and you can make a lot of treats, and that's what we're going to be doing on this channel. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, that like button, definitely hit it, okay? Because we are going to be talking about a lot of healthy bakes and alternatives so that you can start making treats. I want to show you this lifestyle change that makes it more fun, and you are way more motivated to want to try out new recipes and tell your friends about it, tell your partner about it, and just really get excited to the new version of you that is not only mentally healthy, but also physically, emotionally, and spiritually healthy, feeling good in your body, not feeling bloated and crappy from all the outside sugars, but now you can enjoy some treats inside your house. Number 4 is going to be stay hydrated. And remember, your body is made up of water. And you know what? The common thing I know is that we all suck at drinking water, but we do definitely need to make it a priority, especially first thing in the morning. Stop grabbing your sweet juices, stop grabbing your fruit smoothies without drinking your water. Stop grabbing your coffee and energy drinks. You need to start implementing water because that is the real fuel. And just because you're drinking water or caffeine or energy drinks doesn't exactly mean you're hydrated. You can also dehydrate your body when it's missing electrolytes and just nutrients in general. Listen, you need to start drinking water and prioritizing it. Drinking water has cleared up my skin. Like, I do have makeup on, but you know, when I take it off, I do not have crazy breakouts like I used to when I was just overindulging sugar. If you're overindulging in butters, in dairy, in gluten, you're gonna have like so many gut health issues. And when your gut health is out of whack, your energy is low, your mood is decreased, you might feel more anxious and depressed, you're gonna have a lot of breakouts, you're gonna feel constipated, you're just not gonna feel good about yourself. And as women, as queens, right, we just need water. You are precious, you are gold. Start giving your body the nutrients that it needs. And one thing I do, especially after a date night or any time I've indulged, I drink and hydrate a lot with water before bed. I know you don't want to get up during your sleep to pee, but I'm sorry. If you've consumed a lot of sodium in sweets and treats, you need to drink a little bit more water so you can flush it out. All right, flush it out, or else it's going to just sit in your body and just sit there for a while, and you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel sluggish for a good amount of time. And that's what I've noticed. I had to drink a lot of water before my date nights, my treat days, and I have to drink a lot of water afterwards. So just overall, you're just flushing your system so it can be balanced. A lot of you are going too long without drinking water. First thing when you get up, and then throughout the day, you guys are just drinking way too many sugary drinks. Babe, put it away. Like, if you want to be your hottest version, you need to put away the sugary drinks and just reward yourself from time to time. Like, you can really achieve your body if you just, you know, add some discipline and some structure into your routine and not give in to all of this society peer pressure when the drink looks good, when the desserts look good, when McDonald's is calling, when these fast food restaurants, their advertising looks so drop down, drooling. Like, I haven't been to one of these restaurants, these fast food restaurants, in about 4 years because I just wanted to feel better about myself. And they put so much chemicals into their food, so you become addicted to it. Number 5 is going to be practice mindful eating. You really want to pay attention to your hunger. You want to pay attention to the cues that your body is giving you. You know, even if you go out for dinner or to a restaurant, you want to just make sure that you don't need to finish all your food on that plate. You can take it home. I know I grew up in a household where it was like you need to eat all the food on your plate. You don't. If you're full, you're full. Don't overdo it. Don't force it. Leftovers are the best. They taste amazing. You know, we act like food is going to be running away from us. It's not. You need to just eat slowly and help break down the food so your body can break down the food too. So I always have a probiotic or a digestive enzyme prior to eating any hearty foods or heavy meaty foods that my body's going to have a problem and a hard time digesting. And I chew slowly. I chew intentionally to help break down the food. My man, he likes to inhale. inhale his food. And I'm like, babe, like, slow down. Like, are you even tasting the flavors? Are you just throwing it down your throat? Number 6 is plan ahead. So that is what I mentioned earlier. I like to have treats baked on hand, healthy treats baked on hand, because I know that in the house, I have the sugar craving, right? So if I know that, you know, throughout the day, I'm going to be mentally exhausted and I'm going to be looking for a coping mechanism, and that's usually my go-to is sugar, I need to make sure that I have baked goods on hand. So I would say weekly, just try a new recipe. I love trying new recipes, and it's obviously taken me a lot of time to stick to this habit of looking for recipes. But honestly, my Pinterest account is full of like healthy recipes, and I'm just always seeking and looking for, oh my God, why I want to try this out. Number 7 is get enough sleep, because lack of sleep can increase your sugar cravings and it can fluctuate your hormones, which if then you feel imbalanced, you're going to be more inclined to eat terrible food. You're going to be more inclined to eat junk food and reach for things out of a coping mechanism to feel better. And that's usually temporary satisfaction, leads into you gaining excess weight. You need quality sleep. Put your phones away. Like, we are so addicted to that damn device that we actually lack in getting the quality of sleep that we deserve, because, you know, we're addicted to our phones, we're addicted to sugars, we're addicted to a lot of things that are just not aligning with who we want to become. So really practice and become aware of your sleep routine, your sleep pattern. Are you overly stressed that you can't sleep? So maybe it's time to add in some vitamins, water, you know, just eat better so that you can actually sleep, or work out too. What sometimes when you work out or you do cardio prior to your bedtime, it helps with you sleeping. If you're having too much caffeine where your body is just overly stimulated, so you're not able to get to sleep. Let's work on this. Number 8, you got to manage your stress, because stress can get you into that cookie jar real quick for a coping mechanism. I know that whenever my mood has shifted, my energy is off, I'm looking to satisfy myself immediately. And again, I'm a sugar girl, so that's usually my go-to. But in order for me to make sure that my physique maintains, you know, looking like a coach, and I'm able to practice what I preach, I have to dive deeper into managing my stress, becoming aware of what triggers me and what increases my stress levels. Managing your stress can look like meditation, deep breathing, going out for walks, distracting your mind from what you usually do for a coping mechanism that usually doesn't work for you or hasn't worked for you. Number 9 is going to be stay active. Now, calories do add up even if they are healthy treats. That's why I say, like, you do have to make sure you're intentional about every slice. Unfortunately, that's just life. You cannot out-train a bad diet. You will just end up burning yourself out. It's all about balance. Working out and just keeping active does help you in the long run, especially if your job is sedentary. Then it's just going to be a priority for you to get up and move your body every so often. Get up, do some running on the spot, or just really on your lunch breaks, walk around, earn your calories, whether they're healthy calories or for a date night or a treat day. You need to earn your calories and stop freely giving it to yourself. You need to stay active. Get up, get moving, start stretching. You know, it is not fair to you that you feel like you're lazy, and it's okay. We go through seasons, but it's if you stay there and you just make it feel like you need to stay there and expect a different result. I don't want you watching this video thinking that you're any different than me. I don't want you thinking that you can't do it, or that it's impossible, or that it's too late, because I'm here to tell you it's not too late. You can get up, you can move. At first it's going to feel hard, it's going to feel foreign, you know what I mean? Anything we try in the beginning of our journey, when we try, we want to try our best, we're nervous, we care too much about what other people are going to say or think of us when we're doing something new. But on this journey of reinventing yourself, do it for you. Do it because you want to feel happy. Do it because it's your life, it's your storybook, and you want to make the better choices for yourself and your family, whether they support you or not. Like, just put them on the back burner and just take care of you. Let's get into baking. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button. and the post notification bell for when I drop the next video. But I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that you need to make this simple recipe, delicious cookie dough bars. Let's get into the recipe. Let's get all ready and let's create so that we can eat our treats and not gain too much excess weight. First, we need oat flour. So I'm going to be using oatmeal and I blended it up. This oatmeal is gluten-free. Next up, we're gonna be using almond flour, continuing with gluten-free. Next up, we need half a cup of protein powder. This is the only protein powder that I use because it does not bloat me and it's really easy to digest. They also have this in vegan and I also use the vegan protein as well. You can use my code in Canada and America using code Shen, S-H-E-N, and I will link this protein in the description. One scoop of this protein powder is equivalent to what is needed in this recipe. However, I'm going to be adding a scoop and a half just because I just want more protein. Next up, we're going to be adding some salt, and I use Himalayan salt for everything. I also salt all of my meals, so it's usually on the countertop and it's pink Himalayan salt. Next up, we're gonna be using baking powder. We're gonna be needing maple syrup. I use this brand by Good. It's pretty much empty, so this is not gonna be enough for this recipe, but I'm going to implement some honey. You just need maple syrup. This maple syrup is sweetened with stevia, so it is sugar-free, but a healthy plant sugar. So that's what I usually use for my waffles, pancakes, etc. I ain't got time for this. Recipe calls for cashew butter, but I prefer almond butter. Now we need to add some almond milk, and this is the brand that I use from Elmhurst because it only has 2 ingredients, filtered water and almonds. So for those who are trying to, work on their immune system, their digestive health system, I would really pay attention to the ingredients. So this is what I use. Add some vanilla. Now we have the base of our cookie dough ready. I'm gonna add in some mini chocolate chips from Enjoy Life chips. Sorry guys, I did not measure that. All right, ladies, so this is our cookie dough base. I love, so you can take out any square container for your bars. It's gonna be easier if they're squared. And then I'm gonna have some parchment paper on top. So you wanna flatten your cookie bar. It's pretty easy. This is our cookie bar. This is the base of it. Okay, so you wanna flatten it out. Again, we're gonna be using a little bit of coconut oil. Sometimes I like to add cinnamon and nutmeg. If you know, you know why. So I bake with a lot of coconut oil instead of butter. 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Let's measure this time. I'm using almond butter and I'm using 2 teaspoons to make up for my tablespoon. All right, let's warm this up. All right, my love, so here is your sauce warmed up. Stir it up and oh, look at how it pours. So good, so chocolatey. I'm actually not a chocolate girl, but I do really love these bars. And remember, we did put protein powder in them, so it makes a world of a difference. In the freezer for a little bit. Okay, we can sprinkle some salt on top if you want for a little sweet and salty. We're gonna put them in the freezer and then I'm gonna come and eat them with you. Okay, let's do that. Is the finished product of our cookie dough bars. They are ready. These look so good. Thank me later. All right, my loves, here we have our cookie dough bars. I hope you were able to try out this recipe. I hope you enjoyed the tips in this video, and I really hope you try out the recipe. It's honestly so worth it and they taste amazing. Look at the size of this square filled with chocolate and chocolate chips. So it will help any of your cravings. Your girl is on her cycle, so it's the time of the month. That's when, you know, the cravings start to kick in even worse. So I really hope all the tips that I provided in this video, along with the recipe, you try it out. All the links are down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, that like button, and let's go. Girlies, comment below if you are gonna try out this recipe and if you'd like to see more recipes. I'm just gonna throw these bad boys into the fridge, and yeah, we're good to go for the week. 1 bar a day, maybe sometimes 2. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for staying to the end.